Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Bayliner Boys. Today we're going to be fixing the outdrive. Spoke about it before where the propeller was damaged and the outdrive was chipped. So we're going to do that today. I've come all the way down to Wales, or across to Wales from where I am, to Jimmy's. So let's go and say hello to Jimmy. Say hello Jimmy.
Hello.
As I mentioned before, Jimmy's the one that sorted out all the electrics in the boat for me, and he's also decent at welding, so we brought the outdrive to come and he's going to weld it for me. We've got it up on the mount. I've basically brought the same bits of wood from my garage and we've just done the same thing here. As you can see, his shed is a lot more tidier and organised than mine. I need to take a leaf out of Jimmy's book. So yeah, we're going to be replacing, welding bits on here and here, and then on the prop, as we can see, we've got some damage and chips, so we're going to bash it all back into place and weld where we need to. So that's the plan. It's been a bit of a fuck about, hasn't it, really, today, finding some steel, because everywhere's closed, and we've bought a little plant pot trolley mover thing, which has the right amount of steel that we need, so we're just going to get rid of the wheels, smooth it off, and then use that to weld on the outdrive, because for some reason you can't just buy sheet metal nowadays. Well, you can, but it's stupidly expensive, and that were a lot cheaper. So that's what we're going to do, and if we've got time, we're going to do the water pump. So we've got the kit over here, new water pump kit, so we'll do that as well. Right, so first task, we're going to get this propeller off. I don't think it's come off for a while, so bit of WD-40. What size is it, that?
27 mil. Whoa, look at that.
That was easier than I expected.
Ooh, it's cracked.
Where?
Straight down centre, look.
Oh yeah. Brilliant.
It's all gone.
Could you get in there with welder?
Probably not. I'll give it a go. I mean, worst case, even if it lasts for a little while.
Yeah.
Worst case is that eventually you just get a new prop.
Well, yeah. At the minute we're fixing on a budget, so
Yeah.
if we can make it work for now.
We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
See what we can do. So what I'll do is I will use this, a flat disc, 80 grit. You can use whatever really. Obviously 60s tougher, 120 or 240 I think is the smoothest, but it doesn't matter because we just want to get the paint off so we've got a nice surface to weld on. Because when you put I'll have to grind a bit off up here as well, so the electric circuit will work when you put the earth on, and then if you try and weld over paint you won't get a nice weld. It'll just start bubbling and fizzing and all kinds of things, just causing you problems whilst welding. So it's best to just get a nice smooth clean edge from the start, and then you won't have any problems. Alright, safety first. what I'll probably do to save hassle, instead of trying to weld it on a curve, I'll probably cut it square.
Yeah.
So then you only have to just put the thing in and weld.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about trying to line up the curves in.
And that's how you get a cheap bit of sheet metal.
Yeah. Leave that on for now, and then you can do that, weld it, and then cut off what we don't need.
Yeah. I think the original was supposed to just be like
Curved.
Curved, yeah.
Yeah, we can curve it. I've just done it right in the middle where there's a hole. But I'll just weld it up, it's okay. Perfect.
Good fit.
Yep.
Nice. On a side note, while Jim is busy sanding, let me show you these two little babies. Where are they? Here they are. Ooh, what you two doing? Oh. So this is River, and this is Annika. Annika was a rescue. They rescued her from Greece. And yeah. Well, they weren't a rescue, they bought her as a pup, but obviously over there there's a lot of dogs. They're like homeless, so they're lovely. Look at her in her pyjamas. What are you doing? Hey? Ribs? Ah. So, we're just about ready for welding. There's just two bits that are going in. Sand it down. So, safety first. I've got my mask on.
I'm just cleaning mine because if the sensors are dirty, so this thing here is the sensor, if it's dirty it won't work as it should. Good old cleaning material, cleaning equipment.
Spit in a rag.
Bit of spit in a rag.
So,
really bad welding.
but it's on.
Give it a grind and then go over the top of the weld.
So what was the issue with it before?
I don't know what metal this is. It feels like cast, but it doesn't seem to want to weld. But it says that it's some sort of steel alloy composite. Don't really know. Never worked with it before. But it doesn't want to bond properly. Although it is now. It's just very hot. Let's we'll give it a weld and then give it a grind and then give it another weld over the top. Hopefully that sorts the issue. But we'll see.
Sweet.
Trial and error.
we've finally got a decent weld-ish, and we're now just putting, what is it?
It's like epoxy putty.
Just to cover in the
weld.
Fill the weld in the holes.
Just to cover up the poor weld.
But obviously it's not, this piece isn't supporting weight, it's purely there to give more like stability when you're on the water. A little bit like a keel, but it's on the back of the outdrive, so it doesn't necessarily need to hold a lot of pressure, and it looks like it's holding pretty well, to be honest. So yeah, we're just going to cover this with putty, give it a grind down, clean it up, and then just cut off the access. So here's where we're at. We've got one piece on. I think that looks alright. A bit of paint on.
Antifoul's quite thick as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the antifoul paint is really thick. I mean, the whole thing needs sanding, and then we'll put a brand new coat of paint on. That's solid, isn't it?
At least it didn't fall off when I tapped it.
No.
And it's only going to get harder as well. This epoxy that's on it is only going to get harder.
Mint. Right, now we've just got the side to do. Right, we think we've got the welding done finally. For some reason it just weren't taking, but we've got there.
Don't judge me by my welds.
Yeah, so you can see this bit's, that's what we're going to replicate on this side. But they're now both solid and holding, which is what we want. So we're just going to grind it down, smooth it over, cut it to shape, and then a bit of paint should look alright. Right, there we go guys, that's it done, welded and with a bit of putty we've got there. Obviously once it's painted with anti-foul it'll look a lot better, but it's solid and holding and it ain't got those big ugly cracks that it had before. Jesus, tough job, wasn't it, Jimmy? Would you do it again?
I think that says it all, doesn't it? I don't know what metal this is, but welding it and finding the right setting on that old thing, which was given to me, granted, and it's gasless, so it's even harder, but it was hard to find the setting we needed. But we got there.
We got there.
Solid. Imagine if it just broke off now. Oops. But yeah, that'll hold.
Yeah, no, it looks alright.
Perfect.
So we were just discussing actually regarding the propeller. we did try hammering it a little bit earlier on and it's chipped, so we don't know if it's going to be
because of that.
and obviously there's a big crack down there, so that's not ideal.
Yeah, I think trying to weld this is just going to be too hard.
Yeah. So I'm about to get a new one. We'll put it back on for now and see how it goes, but I will look for a new one. But obviously it's on a budget, so we've got to make do with what we've got. But the main thing, that's done. So the next job will be replacing the water filter, the water pump, but we're going to do that tomorrow because we're losing time now. Hello guys, welcome back. Day 2 of fixing the outdrive. So yesterday you will see we repaired this, it was all cracked. Today we're going to drain the oil, replace the water pump, and that's it, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll pass the camera over to Jimmy and I'll do this bit because I can.
Hello YouTube.
Right, so to drain the oil we need to undo this top air vent, and then, in fact no, the way around, innit? Undo the bottom one and then the top air vent for it to flow. Right, we'll do that. I need a flathead. Where's your flathead?
Big ones at the back.
Big
That's
one.
it.
That'll do. And we'll just use an empty bottle to drain it. So the bottom drain is actually here. Right, we've just spun it around just so it's easy to get to. So yeah, the bottom drain is here, just a little flathead screw. I'm hoping that comes out. So I'm going to take that out now, and then we'll see if it comes out or not. Oh. Mint. That is dirty. Right, now that's pouring out, I'm going to undo the top vent. Hopefully it doesn't gush everywhere. Be really careful not to round these off. There you
Whoa. Whoa. Spillage.
Right, well that's out. I don't know when this has been changed last, but it looks pretty dirty to me. There don't seem to be much in it either.
No.
Right, well we'll just let that drain. And when it stops we'll start taking the low unit off. Ten working days later, we're still going. It started off really slow, didn't it? And now it's just fucking gushing out.
Blow through the top.
Go on then.
Did that work?
It worked, he's just chucked it everywhere. But yeah, the colour of it, even though it's dark, it's got no water in it. You could tell if it's really cloudy, it's had some water in it at some point. But yeah, it looks good. Right, so while that's draining, we're just going to look. So we've got a nut here and a washer which has got a little screw in it, so that needs to come out. Then we've got one under here and the same on that side, and then if we come round, I believe there's one on this side somewhere, so you can see, yeah, so there's two nuts under there. That's it. There would ordinarily be one in here where the anode goes, but because we've repaired it yesterday, it's not in there, so we've taken it out. So we'll start on doing them. What we're going to do is lift the unit up so the bottom is sat on the bench, so that when we do start on doing it, it's not just going to drop. And then the idea is that when we've undone them all, we'll lift the top off it. So let's do that. We've just lifted the outdrive up on top of the mount and tilted it just to help the oil drain out a little bit quicker. But that will help us when we come to undoing the lower unit, so that when we've undone it all, it doesn't just drop. Right, so we're going to undo the back two first under here, which are 16mm. If I can get in. Oh, not with that, I can't. Right, we can't get in with impact drive, so we're going to use socket and wrench instead. Right, so that's them two. I've got 1, 2, 3, so we'll do this top one first. And this is, they're all, well, they'll all be 16, aren't they?
Yeah, make life a lot easier.
Yeah. Halford said they're about 90 quid, they aren't official. Put that at front, so I know that's a front end to a back. Just cleaning some of this gunk out. Right, we've decided we're going to leave that on because that screw just don't want to come out and I don't want to mash it up anymore. But I think it's literally just holding the washer in, so I don't see why it has to come out, so we're just going to leave that. And I've got 2 more to undo, and then it should lift off. We'll see. Right, that's as far as that'll go. This one.
I'm going to need to help you lift this off, aren't I?
Yeah, what I'll do is tap it up first with a mallet, see if we've actually got it going.
Need some brute strength there.
No, don't want to break anything though.
It's alright, we can just re-weld it.
Yeah, it looks like it's splitting, so might need your hand now to outlift it. So we just right guys, so we've got it all off. Don't look too bad, there's not much oil leaking. Seals have gone, obviously this is the reason why we're changing it. So it's a case now just undoing it all, lifting it all up, and then in here this bit is the water pump.
So am I right in saying that nothing, this is all dry?
That all
always?
should be dry, yeah, so it's a good sign that that is dry and not caked in shite. Right, so
That's wet.
it's a bit wet, isn't it?
So it might be the gaskets on here, potentially.
Yeah.
Or that rubber seal that was gone on there.
Mm.
Look at that. How old's the boat?
Built in 1996, but obviously I don't know if anyone's swapped or changed. The engine's had a swap, whether the outdrive has or even had a fucking service, I don't know. I'd like to think it has at some point, but it don't like it's been done recently, let's say that.
Colour difference.
So I'm just trying to get all this water out of here for now, clean it up. Right, that'll do for now. So this is his new kit. So we've got his housing, basically that. New tube, new impeller, brilliant. All his gaskets, seals, sorry, gaskets here. So let's just start stripping this and then we'll put it all back together. Right, so we're just going to start on doing these. So I'll start with the smallest one, 8. $11mm for these two. And this last one is 13 for some reason. And then what we're going to do is just take it off bit by bit and then put it back together in reverse, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. So this give it a little shimmy. Oh, look at that. That is knackered.
Well, I've seen better days, hasn't it?
So another point here, so when you get up to this point, there's a little rubber O-ring that's going to stop you. So we just need to get that out. Your kit should have a new one of these, so chuck that with the old stuff.
Oh, look at that.
Let's pop it. Just make note of, so it's wise to remember what direction that's pointing, so that when we reinsert it we need it to be the same. So that to me is anti-clockwise. Right, yeah, this is clearly knackered, so let's come off. It says there's something holding it in, isn't there? Can't tell if that's a circlet or is it just really corroded. So we're just trying to currently cut this off because it won't actually come off. And I think what it is, you see there's a little retaining key there. I think that's probably failed, which is what's stopping it from coming out. There we go. Yeah, so there's the key. I think it was stuck, not actually where it should have been.
Yeah, it was moved over, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, it says we'll replace that anyway because we've got a new one, so that can go there with the old stuff. and then it's just a case of taking off all of the other gaskets now. Yeah, that's enough. Oh, the gaskets are all knackered, aren't they? So obviously what happens if these gaskets go, it just ends up pumping water into everything else, which is just going to cause corrosion and all sorts of rubbish. So this bottom bit stays in, that's what we need to...
Coat all that, that's all rubber.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is get all the old gasket cleaned off, and what we'll do is just clear it all up, get it all nice and clean, ready for the new parts to go on. Right, now we've got to this bit, we've cleaned it out, we're going to remove this lower water pump housing, so should just wiggle up and then slide it up and over. And that's your oil. So we've only got, there is only one gasket on there, which is that one. So we've got 2 spare ones for some reason, I think. So yeah, we're going to replace this gasket, and there's an O-ring. Which way was that? Wrong out that, isn't it?
The O-ring's not there?
The O-ring's not there. Surprised it's not leaked everywhere.
There's definitely no O-ring on that.
Yeah. Right, we'll give that a clean up then, and then put it back together in reverse. So we've given that a clean out now. I'm going to put one of the new O-rings on here and find out which is the right size.
Apologies for the poor filming. I'm trying to get used to this camera.
So that looks right. Just slip that in.
There we go.
I'm just going to put a little bit of oil just to help it create that seal. There we go, and then we're just going to rebuild it now in reverse. So what you want to do is make sure the little cutout for the keys facing back, because that's going to line up with the housing when we put it back in. Right, so we need a gasket, so it was this one, wasn't it? So that's going to go that way, so we need the gasket to go that way. So gasket on first. Just be careful not to rip or damage it, and obviously give it a clean before you put this back on. Does that look like it's sat in, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, right, and then lower housing unit back on. Right, so that's in, so we're just going to carry on putting the gaskets in. So the thing to look out for is this little cut out here, and that needs to go round this locating lug. So, like so. That's that one in, and then your metal one. And the thing to notice here is that that little cut out there is where the water picks up from here. So then this used to go on like so. Right, what we've done is just shaved a little bit off of this lug because it was just a little bit too tight.
Perfect. And then when it compresses anyway, it will squeeze it tight, won't it?
Yeah. Get the other gasket on, like so. Right, and then I believe it's
The pin and the impeller, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is where this bit comes in. So as I said, make sure the little groove is pointing towards the back. So this kit we've ordered supplies with a new pin anyway, and that just wants to slot in. I don't want to go in now. Let's right, gaskets back off. Right, gaskets back on for a third time now. I've got the pin in.
Now, watch it not go over the pin now.
What the fuck? Let me just compare it to the old one. It's still the same size, is it?
Yeah, just needs a bit of a push, I think. Don't tap it, whack it.
The last thing I want to do is bend the metal gasket, but it's literally millimetres.
What about if you push it?
Where's the old pin? Should we see if that fits instead?
Where's the... if you push it...
Well, that's going to bend.
You see one? No, I'm just going to twist it out. Yeah, you push it, ready?
Yep.
Nearly there. It's nearly going. That's it. Nearly there. There we are.
But then that's...
But it doesn't matter too much because the gasket is... it doesn't create a seal around here, does it? Because you haven't got rubber on the top or bottom. So this isn't a seal, it's the outer that's the seal.
The thing is though, when that spins, well, it's not. It's causing fucking loads of friction. Right, so we're on. Now this went anti-clockwise. This just needs a bit of brute force to get in. Yeah, that's right.
So it went that way, didn't it? Like that.
I need the pin to be, I think it's spinning round the other way.
That's wrong. It's the wrong way.
What do you mean?
So that's the way it went in. If you look at that, it's the opposite way around.
Oh yeah.
And we're back.
We're back in now the correct way. Make sure this metal thing sits in, it's got a little lug inside that needs to slot into there to stop the metal housing from spinning. There we go, that she's in, and I now need to make sure that the groove for the retaining pin is pointing, in fact, yeah. So I'm just going to gently twist it. Looks about right.
Yep.
And then here it's just a case of a bit of gentle persuasion to get it on.
Needs to twist this way at the back, like that. This pin's not lined up.
Yep.
No, so it needs to twist that way. So.
Where's that mallet gone? Right, we've ended up switching cameras because the DJI pockets died. So I'm going to GoPro.
Everything's playing out.
Everything's just not working, but we've got this back on with a few issues. We had to file it down because it's essentially the metal on metal had welded on here, so we just filed it down and it's gone alright. Just putting some Loctite on the nuts now. That's your ears. And I'm going to tighten it down.
Putting this back in. You're not listening, so.
Right, so we've got all the bolts back in. Pipe, I'm just going to push that back over the top. So it all went in.
Yeah.
There we go. And then we've just got the other. Rubber washer.
You might put that one first.
So this one. Is replacing that one. Hopefully.
With WD-40.
Yeah, we don't have any grease, so just a bit of WD-40.
Only needs to go on, doesn't it?
Helps just to slide it down. Makes sense. It's just caught in there.
Screwdriver.
And do what? Jesus, what's my fingers?
Sauce. You push it down this side. Which side are you pushing it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are. Screwdriver out.
It just sits on the top of there.
There we are. Perfect.
Nice. So the last thing we need to do here is just replace the oil gasket. So it's the packs give us a new one, and that just sits in here like so.
Perfect.
Cool. Right. Get the top back on.
Yep. Other way. Was it?
That's right, just need to make sure that so that
The pipes are going in.
so,
Just go down a little.
Why's it not going in?
cool. Right, so we'll just tighten them back up in reverse then.
Yep. Love it.
Yeah, let's get these tightened up.
So we don't actually have any oil because all the shops are closed, so I'm just going to put these back in and then top it up when I get the engine back home. So yes, just going to replace the little pushers. Snatch that out.
Right, just like straight over. So that's the difference. And the gaskets there. They're completely different inner circles.
Yeah. It's just where you get aftermarket stuff in it.
Yeah.
One thing you need to make sure when you do put it in is to line your shifter up. So that's in, I believe, reverse, and then forwards that way. These do lift up, so you can adjust it if you need to. I'm not going to, because we've got it in the right position there. So yeah, and I think on here there's a little line on the top, if you can see, and that indicates neutral, which is there. Well, there you go, that's how you do it.
Long 2 days.
Long 2 days. But that's it. So repaired at the front, sorry, at the back. Just need to paint that over now. And that's how you replace a water pump. Job done. So if you're going to do this, plan for 2 days, because that's how long it's taken us. In the middle of having some drinks and doing the garden as well. But job's a good one.
We got there.
Right, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. See you in a bit.